Hey guys, welcome to patch 11.12 analysis. We'll be going over all the changes this patch. There's a MUNDO update, but overall I'd say this patch is pretty uneventful for mid lane. But there's like a ton of jungle, top lane, and a little bit of AD changes, but we'll go over all of that. I'll save the MUNDO update for last. It went over, it didn't seem like too much of a big change, but it is significantly a change, but not too drastic. Anyways, let's get right into this. So Aphelios gets more AD per level by 0.6 specifically, and 0.4 extra MR, base MR, so this is kind of nice for surviving like mages and all that. So the TLDR of all this is his abilities, specifically Crescentum and Severum will do more damage and also heal more. Don't think we really have to go too deep into the math. Basically, they're just buffing his base AD, and then they're also buffing his abilities, trying to give him some more power, and specifically in these two guns. Draven buff, so 5% bonus AD scaling at max level, and also 5 base AD damage, starting at level 1. So yeah, I guess that's kind of nice. Udyr Nerf, it's just 2 attack damage subtracted. Hecarim buff, again, I think this is like the second or third one in a row. Extra base armor and also increased ratio on his Q damage. So yeah, they're trying to make Hecarim viable in the meta again. This time, instead of being a sprinting tank, they want him to be a bit more of a bruiser, which I'd say is a bit more healthier. Yeah, I think Hecarim might be a bit more viable, especially with how strong Divine Sunder is as of patch 11.11, which is the last patch. So yeah, I think Hecarim might be viable. Mana growth for Illaoi, just 10 extra mana per level. This is pretty nice. She does go a decent amount. So yeah, this won't really propel her to the forefront of the meta, but it's a nice quality of life buff for Illaoi players, I suppose. This buff is actually pretty big. So 3 seconds may not seem like much, but his W, it's the shield and the slow, is 3 seconds lower cooldown, so J4 can probably duel a lot more in the late, early, and mid game, so that's pretty nice. Okay, same thing here. Well, not exactly the same thing, but it's a cooldown change. This time a nerf, so it goes from 8 to 6 seconds, from 10 to 6 seconds. So the Kai'Sa's early game is significantly nerfed. By the time you're level 5, you're gonna have the Q cooldown of your level 1 before the nerf. So yeah, this Kai'Sa's not going to have as much agency in the early game, and she has been quite the strong pick, and cooldowns in bot lane especially are extremely important. But overall her damage is not decreased, but her laning is nerfed a bit. This is pretty significant buff to Malphite, I'd say. 5 more on-hit damage base, and also ratio, actually 50% increase in the ratio if you think about 10 to 15%, right? 5% is half of 10%, so 50%. So yeah, I mean, Malphite will do more damage. I don't think he'll be super meta or anything, but it's a pretty good quality of life buff for Malphite, I'd say, especially when you're versus full AD teams and all that. Rammus, they changed Rammus a while ago, but yeah, I haven't seen him played at all, even in solo queue. So they're trying to give him a little boost to maybe make him more viable. So his ulti cooldown is going to be lower at all ranks, 20 seconds at level 6. And then also more bonus armor whenever you press W. Okay, this is a pretty straightforward nerf to Nasus, just less lifesteal early on and later on. It's just a 2% nerf at all levels. Another nerf to Renekton. He keeps getting nerfed actually. I'd say I'm kind of a fan of this. They keep nerfing him, like his sustain, so he's not going to be able to sustain as heavily on, minions. So they increased it flat by 1, and also 1% bonus AD ratio decreased. And same thing for Empowered Champion heal, actually. So overall, just a nerf, early, mid to late. This change is kind of puzzling, if you ask me, but I'm not sure if this is a buff or a nerf. I feel like it's a bit of a nerf. We can count the actual damage. 80, 70, so that's going to be 250. Okay, this seems like a nerf, man. So they nerf the initial when he shoots it out, bam, it does less damage, and that's the part that you're gonna consistently land the most. And they shifted the damage to the return part when it goes back to talent, right? So yeah, I mean overall, if you land both parts, the damage is unchanged, but I don't know, feels like a nerf to me. Udyr Nerf. Let's see. Yeah, higher AP ratio, but no one builds AP on Udyr, and lower base damage. So his clear speed is gonna get slower and slower as the game goes on. So yeah, I don't know if Udyr is gonna be as broken anymore, because this is pretty significant. Like every time you do Phoenix Stance, you're gonna do 35 less damage once you're level 9, and yeah, that's pretty rough, man. I don't know what else to say other than it's freaking rough. Varus nerf to his W. It's an execute. So, when you have stacks, you get it by auto-attacking on enemy champions. You can use your W to detonate those stacks to do max health damage, and it's decreased by 4.2% at the late game. So yeah, nerf to lethality Varus. Wukong nerf gets less base AD per level, and also a weaker ratio by 5% bonus AD on his Q. Ziggs buff. This is the only mid lane buff this patch, literally. So he gets 5 more damage per level in his Q. So by level 9, you'll have 20 extra damage compared to before. So yeah, that's pretty nice. And also missile speed for his ulti. So this is pretty significant actually, because I think one of the biggest weaknesses of Ziggs ult is that it's so slow. Now that it's faster, I don't know, man. This champion might come into meta. I think it might. What the heck is this? Pool party Brahmin, pool party set. Bunch of Chads, man. Chad skins. This is how they look in game. Anyways, we're gonna go back to the what do you call it? Mundo changes. Let's get the Mundo changes and review this crap. Okay, so I mean it's pretty simple. You guys can see in the video here what happens. So let's say passive change is pretty new. So it says Mundo resists the next immobilizing effect that hits him. Instead, he loses current health and drops a chemical canister nearby, and then it restores a portion of his max health and reduces his passive's cooldown. So I guess you can think of it as kind of like Poppy passive. You guys know how she throws that shield out? It's pretty similar to that. And he also gets health regen based on his max HP. I don't think this thing even changed at all. Mundo Q. It's legit. It looks like the same ability. It legit is the same ability. Okay, W, you guys know what it is. It used to be like fire around it, now it's electricity, and the new mechanic in this is gray health. The damage he takes while his W is active is stored as gray health, and if you hit a champion or minions at the end, you'll get that health back. More health if you hit champions, less health if you hit minions. And then E, this is, okay, so he gets bonus 80 passive based on his missing health. And then this E, I mean, it literally just looks like Scion E to me. I don't know about you guys, but this literally looks like Mundo copied Scion's homework and just took his E. Yeah. Alright, his ulti. They changed how his ulti worked a little. In the past, it would take your health and then it'd heal you up over time. Instead, now, you instantly heal your missing health, and then you heal a portion of your max health over a long duration, and you also get bonus move speed and attack damage while you're healing. So I would say this ult is a buff. I mean, those are the changes. I don't know if this champion's going to be meta or not, but interesting, I'd say. I'd say it's pretty interesting. Sounds like I don't know what the cooldown in this W is really, but I feel like Mundo might be a laner and not a jungler. We'll see. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys all very much for watching, and I wish you guys luck on patch 11.12. I hope you guys climb a lot, and I hope you guys found this video useful. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.